So I was wandering on my world, totally not a brand new world, and I was thinking, man, wouldn't it be cool if I had some more enchants? Of course, before I wondered that, I also decided to look and decided, wow, Minecraft has actually come come really far. Look at this. This is awesome. Like, have you seen this? This is insane. Like, look at that. It's just like a little ice, it's like an ice village on the in the middle of a lake. This is awesome. I'll leave this in the description for you guys. This is a great world. This is right next to the spawn. But anyway, so I was thinking, what if we had some special enchants? So this place is really hard to navigate, but if I just gave myself some jump 3 boots, I could actually navigate it pretty easily. All the way to the top of the place. And this is very nice. I got jump boost 3, and it's I can take a nice little fall without getting hurt, and just like so. So then, alright, so after wearing my jump boots, I decided, why don't we swim over to this icy land and get a little look around the place. So here we have, oh, that's so cool. I just love it so much. I mean, it may be causing a lot of lag, like you can tell from the video. My frames are just poop right now. Like 40 frames is not good. But regardless, I mean, I would say it's worth it. Oh, bubble columns. Cool. All right, so let me try and jump out of here. Oh, I love this. All right. I should not be in adventure. There we go. All right, so we'll just get ourselves up here real quick. And so I was up here and I was thinking, oh, nice. Look at all this ice. What if I gave myself enchanted my diamond sword with freeze? Now I have an enchantment on this diamond sword called Freeze 2, and you may already know what Freeze 2 is going to do. I'll give you a hint. It makes things freeze. So let me come over here, and I know that you're not supposed to hurt these nice little inhabitants, but I'm going to have to show them what freeze does. So if I hit him, he's not even... Oh, frick! He's still coming. Oh, I see. He's not even chasing me. He's just... Oh, yeah. He's slow, all right. Oh, he's slow, all right. Okay, let me come among a bunch of them, and let's actually stand right next to this one and hit this guy. Oh, frick. All right. Let's actually go over here, and I'll stand right next to this dude and hit this one. And as you can see, oh, I hit them both. Alright, I'll hit this guy, and you'll see that his cub doesn't get the freeze. Only he gets the freeze. So yeah, my freeze sword will make anything that I hit get the freeze. Oh, frick. Oh, frick. I'm gonna die. Uh, use it while I got the freeze. Alright, so I killed a bunch of polar bears because I'm just that great of a guy. So now, after killing my polar bears, I decide, well, let's go ahead and put on get my diamond pick and enchant it with excavation because, we gotta mine up all this nice, beautiful ice. Oh, hello, Skelly. So we're gonna just excavate some of this land because, I really want to get a bunch of ice. And normal mining is just not good enough. Efficiency 4, not gonna do it. We gotta use the excavation 4. So let's go ahead and get... Oh, frick! Oh, excavation 4. Which obviously was a bit much for this. I don't know if I really needed that. Oh, frick! Oh, lord. Alright, well, it's definitely making quick work of this place. Now I'm going to put the shock enchant on to fight this guy. Oh, and I just electrocuted him, and now let's get the hell out of here. So, alright, so I got this excavation 4, which will excavate everything around me, just like that. And then, if I hit this boy, oh, no. Oh boy. And then he hits me, he gets electrocuted. And, oh lord. Alright, so let's just go back into the real world. Alright, so that was a little demo so you guys could see the different things I had made. Um, ended up being a bit of a train wreck, but you kind of get the point. You kind of get the point. Anyway, so this is basically a tutorial on how to make custom armor and custom tools, enchantments, and stuff. And I'm not going to show you how to do every single enchantment, and don't ask me to do any, like, don't ask me, oh, but how do you do this and this and this? Like, obviously, there's other things you can do. You just got to kind of work with commands to get it to happen. But I want to show in general how you make, like, just general ones work. So, with armor, I went over this before with jump boots. It's a separate video, but this is going to be more clear. So, jump boost boots, put them in this thing with jump 3. And if I activate this command, it'll give me jump boost 3 when I'm wearing the boots. Let me actually activate all these. Alright, so this one is really simple. So we give anybody that has the following MBT jump boost, and the MBT is checking if slot 100B has an item that has a tag of jump colon 3. So, two things going on. This is slot 100B. It's your boot slot, and the B does not stand for boots. So it's 100 for the boots, and the armor has an invisible hidden tag that you can't see called jump colon 3. To give it an armor or item an invisible tag, you just type it in the MBT data. So you go diamond boots, and then you put the brackets here. This is where you type the MBT now, right attached to the item, and you just type the MBT tag that's fake that you want to add on. Jump colon 3 is my fake one, and then I added the lore of jump 3, so it tells them what the jump boost is. Now, I'm not going to cover how to actually put these on the armor using, say, an enchanting table or some other method. You got to come up with that method yourself, but this is how to make the enchantments do things. So this is a simple one you can do for anything. You could do it with, if you want to do it with pants, just slot 101, chestplate slot 102, helmet slot 103, and you can make these things do any potion effect you want when you're wearing them, which is cool. Now, if you want to get a little spicier and make sure, we can up the ante with this one, which is the shock. So the shock does a similar thing, except when a player is attacked, it will shock a nearby and one nearby enemy, like shoot them with lightning. So again, we have the invisible attribute shock colon 1, and we are finding someone with shock colon 1, but this time we are executing as them, at them, so moving the command play to the player, then checking if there is an entity within 3 blocks of them. Since this is shock 1, I only put a 3-block radius, so they have to be fairly close to get shocked. If it was like a higher shock, I could just increase the number here and change the number that it looks for from shock colon 1 to shock colon 2. Now, if there is an entity within the radius, it will first give them resistance, then this conditional command will go back to that player and go to the entity that is within 3 and summon a lightning bolt, and then it will set everybody's hurt score to 0. Now, the way it knows if you're hurt is it uses a scoreboard called hurt, and the type is minecraft.custom minecraft.damage taken. So before you could do scoreboard objectives add hurt damage taken like that, or damage taken before, but now a lot of the scoreboard types are under minecraft.custom Now you can see all these things that might have been there before. These are all stats that happens with the player. This is so that you can access MBT that the player has, like clean banner, animals bred, fish caught. These are stats in the game, so it's things that the game tracks. Jump, leave game is important for minigames if you're making a minigame. Mob kills, this is also a cool new one, so you can track how many mobs, specifically mobs, not counting players the player has killed. Open chest, play 1 minute, sneak time, sprint, time since rest, time since death. Time since rest is a cool new one you can work with, because then you can make things happen. So time since rest, if this score gets really big, players start getting nausea and stuff, and they get delusional. But yeah, so the one we are using is damage underscore taken right here. So you can just use the scroll bar here to figure out which one you want to use. So we're using damage taken, and that's all good. So if they get hurt, that thing gets some number, and then if they have at least one, this one dot dot on that scoreboard, that's what this selector does. I have a video on selectors if you don't know selectors. I have a video on execute if you don't know execute that well. I have a lot of tutorials out. Just go to my uploads and look to the right, or go to my playlist for command block tutorials, and the first newest ones, first maybe 10, are for 1.13. I update that playlist all the time. In fact, this will be there too. Anyway, so that's how you do it. So check if there is a player with a score of hurt wearing the armor, and if there is an entity that it will probably play a lightning bolt at, it gives the player resistance, so they don't get hurt from the lightning bolt. then it summons it at that entity that's nearby and resets their score. So now we're going to get to the tools. So the pickaxe, now the pickaxe is a hard one because I used mine and it's Minecraft.use the diamond pickaxe. So it activates if you use the diamond pickaxe. Problem is when you melee something, you're using the pickaxe. So you can find a better scoreboard to use with this one to tweak it. But basically, if they are holding, this is a different thing you can search for, selected item. It's MBT tag for things that you're holding. And if the selected item has a tag of excavate :4, then it will fill a 4x4 by, well, technically this is 8x8x8 area with air and do destroy, so it drops the blocks. And then it will set their score back to 0. So when you mine, it does a big area of fill air, and then it resets it, which could be useful. I don't know. But this one you have to play with because it's kind of hard to determine when a player breaks something with a diamond pickaxe, like a block. So you'll have to work with that. Now, the last one, which is probably the best one I made, which is the frozen sword, freeze sword. So this is a sword, and it has the tag freeze :2, as done before. And we have a scoreboard testing when they attack. So this is probably the most important for swords. Sword abilities usually happen when you attack, right? So attack is Minecraft.damage dealt. So when you deal damage, it will do the attack. And this is what the attack does. This is actually really interesting. So it executes at the player that is holding a freeze sword, selected item with tag of freeze 2, and has at least 1 on their attack score. All right. If it finds that person, then it will give any non-player entity with the MBT of hurt time :10 seconds, sword equals nearest, slowness 2. So it's giving slowness 2 to something that's not a player, and you can remove this not player stuff if you want it to work for players, because I believe hurt time is also an MBT for players. But hurt time is a data tag that I went over in my previous video for clocks that basically when you hit something, it'll count down from a certain number. I believe it's 10 always. So it goes 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 really fast. So it counts down really, really fast. So if somebody hurts something and it does it to the nearest, sword equals nearest, entity that got hurt recently. So 10 seconds would be very recent, just got hurt. Now, this could have a flaw if you have multiple players with the free attacking a group of enemies, and somebody hits something right after, right before you hit something, and that thing gets 10 seconds before your thing hits 10. But you can play around with that. You can add a distance so that there's a limit to it, but it's fairly good. Like single player, this works really good, as you saw. So then it also, if that runs, then it executes at that nearby entity and does a snowball poof, and then resets the player's score of attack to 0. So let's go over how you can make it. So first, you want to think of the enchantment that you want. So I'll make another one. Let's think of the enchantment we want. I want to do, let's see, Life Steal. Life Steal would be one that's really interesting that a lot of people like to cover. So let's do Life Steal, and actually it won't take that many. So Life Steal. So let's go, we'll call it Leech. All right. So Leech :1. All right. So we just create this diamond sword with Leech 1. I don't know how you're going to give the player these enchantments, but do whatever you want. So here we have a diamond sword with Leech 1. So now we have to be able to detect when the player has this leech. So let's do execute as at a scores equals. So we're going to do it when they attack. So if they have at least 1 on the attack score. And let's go with MBT equals selected item. So when they select it, tag leech 1. There we go. So this will see if a player has at least 1 on the attack and they're holding the leech. So then we are going to go with, so let's do at s. So let's play the command at them. If entity at e type equals not player, NBT equals hurt time hurt time 10s. So this will select a nearby sort equals nearest, and we can even add limit equals 1 to limit it. So it'll pick the nearest hurt entity that, and it will pick one of them. All right. Then we will run something. So if there is one nearby, then run. Then what we'll do, if there is something nearby that got hurt, right? This is damage dealt. So the number on this will show up how much damage you did to the entity, right? So if you were able to hurt something, right? Then we will store result score. Actually, no. Let me think. So the problem is you can't edit player MBT data, so I couldn't just add the health to the player. So we can just do run effect give @p health boost. No, instant health. And we'll give them instant health with no added. So leech 1 would give you instant health. This is instant health 1 because the bonus version is 0 to the power. If I change this to 1, it'll give you instant health 2, yada yada yada. So this is just a simple version of leech. If I wanted to be really accurate, I would calculate how much damage they dealt and then divide it by 4, because in instant health, well, divide it by 2.5, 5. So instant health gives you 2.5 hearts if you have instant health 1. So I would take, so let's say they dealt 45 damage. Then I divide it by how many 2.5s fit into that. Let me put 25, so that's better. Okay, so how many 2.5s fit into 50, 25? You can fit 10 2.5s. So that means I have to give them instant health 10 times over. Instant health 0 10 times over. So I would do that to be really accurate if I wanted to make how much damage they did comes back to them. But I'm just doing it simple like this. So then we just copy this command and put it into a conditional command block. So as if the bottom one plays, then we are already at that player. So we will run particle heart. And then we will go like this and play it 1 up and 0, 0, 0. And we will play 0 speed and we'll play 5 hearts. So this is just going to do a heart particle. I don't need the as here. I can just go straight to at because we don't care who is playing this. In the bottom one, we have as and at because we care who is playing it. The person playing the command needs to be the player, and it needs to be played at that player. But here we have, so that when we do the effect, it gives it to the person who played the command, which is the player. So let me just put this here and put this here and then go into adventure mode, and you will see that when I hurt an enemy, oh wait, hold on. One last thing is we need to set their attack score back to 0. Scoreboard player set at a attack 0. You need to reset the score. So let's summon let's go to adventure, summon Zimbabwe. Oh, frick. Alright. See that? I hit him, and I get hearts, and I get health back. Oh, a little bit of glitch. Oh, he's got an iron sword. Alright, I'll just hit him a couple times and get my health back. There you go. So Leech literally just saved me there. Like, I would have been dead. That's how much, he did so much with that iron sword. That's hella rare. Anyway, so Leech, as you can see, gives you health back when you hit something and deal damage to it, which is exactly what you'd want. Now, that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. I went over like a little thing. You can work on them yourself. Now, one additional thing would be how you can make this better. So make it more efficient. I would put it in a function, and you can put all these conditional commands like particle heart, and you can put set attack 0, and you can even put the effect in all 3 of these commands that I play at the end here, all 3 of them inside a function. And then just instead of doing an effect, you play a function. And the function will give the particle effect, play the hearts at the player, and set their attack to 0. So that would be more efficient, and you can even put this whole command line that plays the function inside of a looping function that gets looped as a main loop. And to make a function constantly loop, you can check out my block, tick, and load tutorial on functions. That will teach you how to make a constantly looping main function, like a main loop. And then I also have a video on how to make functions if you haven't done that yet. So there's a lot of things already out there, trust me. So I just wanted to make sure you guys know I've made a lot. I still have a lot more. If there's anything that you guys want to see, let me know. I can make more. But I do have a lot, so make sure that before before you start thinking I don't have something, check the tutorials. I've got quite a bit so far. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I hope that was useful, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.